Welcome back to What to Know Before the Show. In this video, I want to show you a demo of how to do a proper mic run. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you just run the mic run out there and you just give a microphone and people know exactly what to do. Oftentimes they don't. And the bigger room you get, the more important it is to do a really good mic run for a lot of reasons. First, you want your participants to be heard really well, and you want their questions answered as quickly as possible. So you want to make sure your staff is properly trained to get the microphone to them as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Mic runs are very, very important. So let's head over to a live event that I just worked shortly ago where I'm doing a mic run training.
I call it the start, stop, and squat method. So you're ready to start, you go, you stop, so you're not like panicky, you relax a little bit, you hand the mic down the row. Try not to put your hand over people's faces, it's kind of rude. So if they're sitting in the middle, kind of hand it to the first person, get them to pass it along. And then you squat down. So this now makes you basically invisible. So now the focus is on her, she's having the question, you're not like leaning over this person, making them feel very uncomfortable and waiting for the mic. The next thing is never take the mic back until they're complete. So a lot of people go, here's my question, yada, 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 and they try to get rid of the mic really quick. You don't want to take it quite yet, because she might answer your question and say, is there anything else? The person's like, oh yeah, there's something else, and then it has to be passed down. So Catlin does a kiss, like let's thank them by kissing them, like mwah, anyone did that magnetize? That's one of the ways that she's going to say that that conversation is complete. Then you can take the mic back. So if someone tries to hand it back, just hang on to it for a minute, like that, okay? The other thing is that this is called a unidirectional mic. So that means you have to talk into the top of it. If they're holding it like this, it doesn't really work. So a lot of people will talk into the mic like this. And so what I have to do with the board is I have to crank the volume way, way up. And then if they put it up like this, it just reaches in here. So what you can do is she's going to teach them how to hold on to the microphone and try to get them like this, but you're always going to get somebody who doesn't. So if you're close enough to them, when they're holding like this, just put 2 fingers on their wrist and just put it up like that. Or do this. So you get the microphone back, and it's kind of like you're a lifeguard. So when you're at the lifeguard, you never take your eye off the pool, you never take your eye off the room, so you just walk back like this, and you wait. There could be another question, it could be someone sitting right next door, so you just want to be able to run back there really quick.
So that's a simple way that you can train your staff to do a mic run. Now, a few things I want you to remember while you're training your staff. First thing is that there's going to be 3 ways that your staff member, your mic runner, is going to know that there's a mic run and that there could be one at any time. The first thing is that you've already assigned them the job. So as the mic runner, you want to emphasize how important their job is to get the mic there safely but quickly. And you're going to train them, you're going to walk them through, show them this video and walk them through how to safely but quickly do the mic run. The second way can be written in your logistics master. Your event supervisor can go over to your mic runners and say, hey, make sure that you're ready. There's a mic run coming up. There's a debrief or a Q&A session. They know there's a mic run's coming up. And the third way is what I'm going to show you right here on the flip chart, is that how your trainer can cue the mic runners on which side of the room that there's going to be a mic run. Now, if you're the trainer on stage, I want to recommend that you use this method because there's a lot of really important technologies in here that I want you to understand that makes this mic run work really well, and also creates a place in your event room where you could take a question, but everyone in the event room still feels included in the process of this Q&A that you're doing from stage. So let's say this is your event room, here's your stage, here's your audience, this is the seating, so middle section, 2 side sections. Say there's a question over on this side. Now, what a lot of workshop leaders will do is they'll walk over to this side of the stage and take the question. Now, unfortunately, what this does is that they're so focused on this person, now this whole side of the room feels left out of the equation, left out of the conversation. So how you can keep your room open and keep everyone engaged in what's happening is almost counterintuitive. When the trainer on stage takes the question from this person over here, what I would want you to do is actually go to the other side of the stage. So what this does, it allows you to stay open to all these people because you're closest to them, but you're also engaged with this person. So you've basically taken in the whole room. The whole room feels engaged in this process instead of going to this side and clearing, these people here don't feel engaged at all. So your mic runners can know that which side of the room the mic run is going to be happening by watching the trainer. Your mic runner is, say, positioned back here for your Q&A, and they see you walk to this side of the room, this mic runner knows the question is going to be taken over to this side. So it's a really good cue for your mic runners to know, okay, it's going to happen on my side, I got to be ready by watching you go to the other side of the stage. Your mic runners, when there's a Q&A session or a debrief, their best home base is right here. They're out of the view of people in your audience, but they're close enough that when they're ready, they can just bomb up these aisles and hand the mic off really, really quick. When the mic run is done, when the debrief is done, or when you're going to break, you're going to want to set up a little area so they know where to leave these microphones. And the best place is to actually have them sit in 2 different spots in your event room. So this is going to be your staff table. So this other side is your AV tech table. So you can put a chair there and a chair there, and those are going to be assigned to your mic runners. So they know when there isn't a mic run, but they still have to stay alert, these are the seats that they're going to sit in, is right here. And so what you can also do is have a little home base, and it's what I call a mic cradle. So go to the video called How to Create a Mic Cradle, and I'll show you how to create this really simple thing. But it's basically going to be the home base for the microphone when the mic runner isn't using it, and they know where to put it back so they don't mistakenly take it out of the hallway, take it on break, and then all of a sudden you need a microphone and one's missing from the room. Very simple thing to do here, but really important, and it really slows down things if your mic runners aren't paying attention and they don't rush in there quick enough to take the question. It kind of kills the energy, and it can really deflate the person. And also if your person on stage has to ask more than once for the microphone, totally kills the energy, kills the professional look of your workshop too. So you want to make sure that you kind of take these technologies into consideration and train your staff appropriately on this kind of technology. The last thing I want to share is the importance of training your mic runners not to take the microphone back immediately. What happens at a lot of workshops, people get the microphone, they ask their question, and they want to get rid of the microphone as quickly as possible. And this can become problematic if they hand the microphone back down and the trainer from stage says, hey, can I ask you another question? The microphone now has to make its way all the way back to the person. So a great way to do this is to train your audience and train your mic runners at the beginning of your workshop in a way of thanking this person for their comment or their question. Some workshop leaders that I work with, they throw them a kiss, or they do, let's give this person a round of applause. But having a way of cueing your mic runner on that this conversation is now closed is a great way to keep that lag time in getting the microphone there and back. They know they can take the microphone back now without cutting off this conversation, because the conversation is now finished. They can get the microphone back and they can walk back to their home base behind the audience in the back few rows. Really great way to train your mic runners, but also have your event look very slick and professional. So having your mic runners trained really, really well before the event, really, really important. So you want to have the mic runs in your logistics master, have your mic runners trained really, really well, and use some technologies in your room to really make these mic runs slick, and they go very, very quickly. And that's what to know before the show.